Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Baxter Student Ambassador Program webinar. Presenting for us this time is Morgan Best of Seneca College. Hi, Morgan. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. So just before we get started, I'd like to quickly announce some of the people attending today's webinar. Ed Bennington from Seneca is tuning in, as is Carol Greenwood of the Travel Industry Association of Ontario. A representative from WestJet will also be viewing the webinar. And here at Baxter, we have Wendy McClung, Emily McClung, Ashley Rochfort, and I'm Dan McDonald. Okay, Morgan, if you'd like to go ahead and share your screen, you can start whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm Morgan Best from Seneca College, and I'll be talking about selling WestJet with a focus on California. So I'm just going to go over the selling features of WestJet first, and then at the end, I'll go through the top attractions in California and what is offered there and where WestJet flies, the cities that WestJet flies there. So WestJet's motto is to enrich the lives of everyone in WestJet's world by providing safe, friendly, and affordable air travel. Their long-term plan, based on 4 key elements, is people and culture. So investing in and fostering the growth, development, and commitment of our people. Guest experience, to consistently and continuously provide an amazing guest experience. Revenue and growth, by achieving an average annual compound growth rate and available seat miles between 4% and 7%. And costs, so achieving a targeted sustainable profit margin that will be #1 among North American airlines. Some milestones. Clive Beddoe founded WestJet in 1996, with the first flight being on February 29th. At this time, there were only 3 aircraft, 5 destinations, and only 220 employees. Their main hub was in Hamilton, Ontario. In 1998, WestJet flew both their 2 millionth and 3 millionth guest. In 2000, WestJet added service to Ottawa and Moncton. In 2001, they were the first Canadian airline back in the sky after the events of 9/11. In 2002, service to Toronto and London, Ontario was added. 2004, WestJet introduced services to New York, Los Angeles, Palm Springs, San Francisco, Phoenix, Fort Lauderdale, Orlando, and Tampa. 2006, they celebrated 10 years and launched WestJet Vacations. In 2007, they became the first North American airline to offer paperless boarding passes. In 2012, they received their 100th Boeing 737 NextGen, and WestJet Encore was introduced. In 2014, they had their first transatlantic flight to Dublin, Ireland. And in 2015, they acquired 4 Boeing 767 wide-body aircraft. So some awards and facts. In 2010, WestJet was inducted into the Corporate Culture Hall of Fame after being named one of Canada's most admired corporate cultures in 2005, 2006, 2007, and 2008. Was a JD Power Customer Service Champion in 2011. 3rd in the Aon Hewitt's Best Employer in Canada. Chosen as the Canadian airline with the best flight attendance by FlightNetwork.com. Chosen as Canada's preferred airline. One of the most profitable airlines in North America. They employ more than 8,000 employees. Flies an average 420 flights a day, and they have Boeing 737-600s, Boeing 737-700s, Boeing 737-800s, Boeing 767-300s, and Bombardier Q400s with their Encore company. This is their brand new frozen plane. It took 170 gallons of paint, 23 colors and sparkles to do the exterior. The interior brings colors together to mimic the seasons. The front of the aircraft is summer and it transitions to fall in the middle of the plane, and the aft is transitioned into winter. So in the pictures is the interior or the exterior of it, and the bottom right is the interior aft. Some selling features are their destination guides, environmental initiatives, community involvement. They allow small pets in the cabin and in the larger ones in the cargo hold. However, they need to be in kennels and an additional fee applies. WestJet also has reward programs with 2 RBC Mastercards and WestJet Dollars. To elaborate on their environmental initiatives, because they have such relatively new aircraft, that makes them more fuel efficient. Also, the winglets on the aircraft help reduce fuel consumption by 2.7% per flight. The buildings that are used by WestJet employees have maximized natural lighting. use rainwater reclamation tanks, geothermal heating, and efficient fixtures. I think their biggest community involvement for me would be that WestJet supports eight national charities that give back or help the well-being of children. They give the gift of flight, which helps their 8 partners deliver essential programs to the children they serve and reduces their cost of business travel. Their partners are Big Brothers and Sisters of Canada, Boys and Girls Clubs of Canada, Hope Air, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Missing Children Society of Canada, Ronald McDonald House Charities, the David Foster Foundation, and we. So there's 2 RBC Mastercards. This is their basic one. So you get 50 WestJet dollars as a welcome bonus, 1.5% back in WestJet dollars on any WestJet flight or WestJet vacations, and 1% back in WestJet dollars on everyday purchase. It also comes with travel insurance options. And then their E-Lite Mastercard, you get 250 WestJet dollars as a welcome bonus, an annual round-trip companion voucher starting at $99, but when you go over to Europe and over there, that voucher increases in money. So your first checked baggage free for the primary card holder and any other guests on the same reservation. You get 2% back in WestJet dollars on WestJet flights or WestJet vacations, 1% back in WestJet dollars on everyday purchases, and premium travel insurance options. And then WestJet dollars are rewarded to frequent flyers, or you can purchase them. 1 WestJet dollar is equal to 1 Canadian dollar, so it's easy to see your dollars adding up. They can be used on flights or towards vacations. There's 3 tiers, teal, silver, and gold. And each tier comes with different benefits and earning rates. I'm just going to scratch the surface and inform you how you get to each tier. So teal is when you spend up to $2,999 on flights within a 12-month period. There are no in-flight benefits. Silver is spending $3,000 to $5,999 on flights within a 12-month period. Your first checked baggage free, and you get 4 airport lounge vouchers, 4 advanced seat selection vouchers. And gold is when you spend $6,000 or more on flights within 12 months. Your first and second checked bags are free. You get 10 airport lounge vouchers, 4 advanced seat selection vouchers, advanced boarding in Zone 1, no fee for same-day flight changes at check-in, or priority screening at select airports. This is the commission that travel agents get when they sell WestJet. Domestic and transborder are the same across the board. So economy is 0% for domestic and transborder, and all other, including the Caribbean, Mexico, Central America, and Europe, are 7%. Flex is 4% for domestic and transborder, and 7% for all other. Plus is 8% with domestic, transborder, and all other. And for groups, it's 5% for the 3 destinations as well. The costs of service, economy and flex are the same, but when you purchase through flex, you get your first free checked bag. The same fees apply for both economy and flex when there is a name or itinerary change or same-day flight change at check-in. So domestic or transborder, it's $100 to $118, or to and from Europe is $150 to $177. So with plus seating, you get the your free first and second checked bag, a seat in plus, priority screening at select airports, advanced boarding, extra legroom, premium food and beverages, and lounge access at the London Gatwick Airport. You also don't have to pay a fee for a name or itinerary change or a same-day flight change, as well as a refund can be put back on the same form of payment for $50. Your in-flight experience, so you can enjoy duty-free shopping while in the air and save the hassle at the airport. There's an internet connection for a fee, so $4.99 to $5.75 for 30 minutes, $8.99 to $10.75 for 3 hours, or $13.99 to $16.10 for the flight duration. Enjoy movies and TV shows from your tablet or mobile device on WestJet's free app. You can also rent a tablet for $9 to $10. There are buy on board menu options, or you can pre-purchase food before you board. So special needs. WestJet wants every guest to be accommodated. They try their best to help people who have special needs, such as allergies to service animals or food. Allergies to service animals can be accommodated by moving either party further away. However, the food needs to be known in advance, or just don't eat that food. Hearing impaired or visually impaired, and a WestJet needs to be informed at the time of the booking or 48 hours in advance to be seated where your needs can be best met. Because there's certain seating on each aircraft for hearing or visually impaired. For example, visually impaired, certain rows of seats have the Braille numbers on the overhead bins. If you require oxygen, only certain oxygen cylinders are allowed on board and specific documentation is needed. If you take medication, it is advised that medication be brought in your carry-on and labeled in the correct bottle. Service animals can sit at your feet, or animals no larger than a 2-year-old can be lap held. In some instances, written documentation may be needed. You can also travel with a personal attendant, but they have to have their own seat. Children and expectant mothers. Car seats are allowed on board, but a seat must be purchased for the car seat, and the car seat must follow all guidelines and be Transport Canada approved. Expectant mothers should check with the doctor to see if they can fly, as changing air pressure can cause discomfort. That also goes for newborn babies and mothers who have just given birth for the same reason. WestJet offers an unaccompanied minor program as long as the child is older than 8. It is an optional program if the child is older than 12. There's also a guardian fare booking, which allows an adult to accompany a child aged 2 to 12 to the destination where they're flying and a flight back the same day home for a reduced fare. Children under 2 do not need their own seat. However, they are to be held on either parent's lap or a child over 12 for takeoff, landing, and any time the seatbelt sign is illuminated in flight. When traveling with a child, you get complimentary check stroller and car seat, or a playpen may be substituted for either one. So now we're getting into the California component of it. WestJet flies to 9 cities in California or through their codeshare. So it's Anaheim, Sacramento, Oakland, San Francisco, San Jose, Fresno, Palm Springs, Los Angeles, and San Diego. The top attractions in Anaheim, the biggest one would be the Disneyland Resort. It features the Adventure Park that has 8 themed lands, such as Ariel's Undersea Adventure and Radiator Springs and Cars Land. Downtown Disney is where you'll find the entertainment venues, restaurants, and shops. Anaheim is the wealthiest and most diverse regions in California. You can see multi-million-dollar mansions, party in a surf town, or if you're like me and was a fan of the Hills or Laguna Beach, you can visit famous beaches such as Laguna Beach, Huntington Beach, or Newport. Fresno, known for its national parks and outdoor activities. It's a close drive to the Yosemite National Park. It's close to Millerton Lake and Bass Lake, which has great swimming. There are 3 large public parks: Woodward Park, which has the Shinzen Japanese Gardens, picnic areas, and walking trails; Roding Park, which features the Rotary Storyland and Playland; and Kearney Park. It's the largest of the 3, and it has the Kearney Mansion, which hosts the annual Civil War Revisited, which is the largest Civil War reenactment in Western U.S., and it's hosted this year on October 21st and 22nd, which is a Saturday and Sunday. Next is Los Angeles, which is known for its iconic Hollywood sign. Guests can visit the Walk of Fame and see the stars of their favorite celebrities. Outdoor lovers can visit this famous Santa Monica Pier or hike along the Los Leones Trail and take in the breathtaking views of the city. The picture at the bottom right is actually a view from the trail, so you can see how far you can see over the city. And there are also 80 neighborhoods in Los Angeles with their own attractions. Palm Springs. Palm Springs is home to spa getaways and golf resorts. It's set against the Little San Bernardino and Santa Rosa Mountains. Once had the most swimming pools in the United States. Has more golf courses per square mile than anywhere in the world. It's home to rest, relaxation, and recreation. There's an abundance of hiking, biking, and horse riding trails. There's a variety of spas and 20 hot spring facilities. This used to be a getaway for celebrities in the winter. Visitors are drawn to their 1960s era feel. There's also Andreas Canyon. You can see waterfalls at Techniques Falls, snow-covered peaks of Mount San Jacinto, and Palm Springs is only one of 8 cities that make up the Palm Springs Desert Resorts. You also have Cathedral City, Rancho Mirage, Indio, Palm Desert, La Quita, which features Spanish architecture, Desert Hot Springs, and Indian Wells. San Diego is well known for its golf courses, and it's also home to the PGA Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines Golf Club. There are 90 golf courses in San Diego. There are family-friendly attractions such as SeaWorld San Diego, Legoland, the San Diego Zoo, and Balboa Park. In July, the city hosts Comic-Con International. San Diego inspired the books and artwork of Dr. Seuss. When he lived in La Jolla, he illustrated and wrote books such as Cat in the Hat and How the Grinch Stole Christmas. You can also walk along the many beaches and boardwalks that are along the Pacific Ocean. And San Diego is only 32 kilometers north of Tijuana, Mexico. San Francisco, known for the many ethnic suburbs such as Chinatown, Japantown, North Beach, which is Italian, and the Mission District, which is Latin Quarters. It's known for great food. You can see the famous Golden Gate Bridge, which is also a plus when there's no fog flying into San Francisco Airport. You can see it. You can sample the vineyards in close by Napa Valley, or see the San Francisco Symphony or the ballet. San Jose is known as the capital of Silicon Valley, has a large population of its residents, work in high technology, engineering, computer, and microprocessing industries. Almost a quarter of all Fortune 500 companies are in San Jose. You can visit the Tech Museum of Innovation, the Rosicrucian Egyptian Museum, the Planetarium, or California's Great American Theme Park. At the park, there is a Kidsville, Boomerang Bay Water Park, a Winchester Mystery House, and the Winchester Museum, which pays tribute to the Winchester Rifle Company. Sacramento was the busiest and largest towns during the gold rush in the 1800s. Many tours and attractions here are free to the public, as well as hotels are super cheap here. You can visit the California State Capitol building, Old Sacramento, which takes you back to the gold rush era, with shops selling souvenirs, home decor, and jewelry crafted to look like it came from the gold rush. You can also see Broadway musicals, local plays, and festivals. Whitewater rafting is a popular thing to do when you visit Sacramento. There are many packages to choose from. You go down the American River from mid-May to September. You can choose a couple-hour tours for one day or longer. The ones that you go overnight, you stay in camps along the river. They feature running water, flushable toilets, and some of them even have happy hour drinks. And last is Oakland. It's a major port city, also home to the Chabot Space and Science Center. There's numerous parks and wildlife areas, and you can see the Oakland Aviation Museum. That is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Morgan?
Yeah.
We'll now take a few minutes to answer any questions that anyone may have, and I think one has been submitted into the Q&A box already. Let me bring that one up. So Jennifer at Seneca asks, she says, good job, Morgan. Why do you believe guests bringing pets in a kennel would be a selling feature for guests traveling to California?
For me, my dog is my baby. So I would be doing the outdoor stuff, and just having my dog as my companion would be a huge thing for me, because I know a lot of airlines don't allow pets. And that's one thing I do look for when I choose an airline, because I'm so close with my dog, and I know so many other people that are close to their pets as well, that they look for the airlines with pets, that they can bring pets, just because so many don't allow the pets online or on board. Sorry.
Great, thank you. And Wendy here at Baxter has a question.
Hi, thank you. You mentioned that on flight itinerary changes or same-day changes, that there's a fee around $170. I'm just wondering if the travel agent that they book through would get commission on that as well. Do you know?
No, I couldn't find that information. However, traveling to Europe, because it's so much more, I wouldn't see why not. But it would depend though too, because if you book it at the check-in, then it's technically not going through the travel agency, right?
They could, I guess, but that's fair enough. Thank you.
Thanks, Morgan. Once again, for everybody signed in by computer, please submit any questions you have into either the chat box or the Q&A box. Here's another question from Jennifer. She asks, which destination in California appeals to you and why?
Definitely Los Angeles. The whole star-studded thing. I would just love to see where all my favorite celebrities live and why. I'd definitely be doing the tours where you see their houses, even if it's fake or not. The Hollywood sign is one thing I've always wanted to see as well. So definitely Los Angeles.
Nice, thank you. Okay, and I do believe that's it for the questions. So
Okay.
I'd like to thank everyone that tuned into the webinar today. And Morgan, thanks again for presenting for us.
Thank you.
You have a fantastic day, and we'll be in touch.
You too, thanks.
Bye-bye.